Hello students, today in this lecture we will do the numericals of Newton's laws of motion. So firstly I am going to begin the numericals which are based on the connected motion, means on the connected bodies. Here you can see there is the question number 5 of your book, Newton Physics. Here question number 5 called a boy pulls a toy having a two carriages placed on a frictionless table by applying a force of 1.5 Newton at 30 degree in a vertical plane, means force is acting in this direction and these are the two carriages, one is of 20 gram and other is of 40 gram. They are placed on a frictionless table. There is no friction in between the wheels and this table. You have to calculate the acceleration of the 40 gram carriage, then acceleration of the 20 gram carriage, then tension in the string fastened between the two carriages, means this tension. And then, so this you have to determine. So in the figure, the force is acting on both separately. So you can see here this is the numerical problem on the connected bodies. If you see here these connected bodies are such, if you pull it, then the distance traveled by 40 gram block and 20 gram block both will be same. Both will travel same distance in a given time. Both will travel with the same velocity. Their acceleration will also be same. Acceleration will not be different. What will be the direction of acceleration? Direction of acceleration, it will be in this direction because the force is acting in this direction. It's clear. We will determine the component of force which acts along the table. So what will be the component of this force which is acting along the direction of motion of these carriages? That will be 1.5 cos 30 degree. Cos 30 degree root 3 upon 2. So when you will simplify, it will come out 1.3 Newton, means this much force is acting in this direction, 1.3 Newton. Now we will find out, since whole system, both the carriages are having the same acceleration, therefore we can treat them as together. In order to determine their acceleration, we can treat them as together, means as a single body. It's clear. So what is the total mass of system? 40 plus 20, that is 60 gram. In kg, it will be 60 upon 1000, that is 0.06 kg. Force is 1.3 Newton. So what will be the acceleration? Acceleration formula is force upon mass. Force is 1.3 Newton. Mass is 0.06. So it comes out 21.7 meter per second square. Now in order to determine the tension, we will draw the free body diagram of any one. You can draw free body diagram of this or of this. What is the meaning of free body diagram? By making the body free from the other bodies. So all the forces acting on that body, and then you have to write the equation of motion. So in order to free it from this body, we will take this as single body, this as separately. So see here, this is the 20 gram carriage. How much force is acting in this direction? T. How much is acting in this direction? No force is acting. It is going in what direction? In this direction. With what acceleration? With acceleration A. So as you know that what is the equation of motion? It is the force equals to mass into acceleration. Force acting is T. What is mass? Mass is given 20 gram. So 20 upon 1000. Acceleration you have already determined. So 20 upon 1000 into 21.7. So T comes out 0.434 Newton. In the same way, you can draw the free body diagram of 40 gram carriage also. That also I am going to explain. See here. How will you write free body diagram of 40 gram block? So this is the 40 gram carriage. This is the 40 gram carriage. What force is acting in this direction? T force is acting. How much force is acting in this direction? We will take only that force which is acting in the direction of motion. So that you have evaluated, its component in this direction is 1.3 Newton. It's clear. And it is going in what direction? This direction. With what acceleration? A. So which force will be bigger? So this force will be bigger. Why? Because it is moving in this direction. So what will be the net force acting upon this carriage, which is of 40 gram? What is the net force acting on this carriage? It will be 1.3 minus T equals to its mass into its acceleration. What is mass? 40 upon 1000 into acceleration is A, which you have already calculated, 40 upon 1000 into 21.7. It's clear. So you simplify 1.3 minus T equals to, when you will calculate it, it will come out 40 into 21.7 divided by 1000, that is 0.868. So what will be T? It is 1.3 minus 0.868. So it will be 1.3 minus 0.868. So this is 0.432 Newton. Means you will get the same answer. There will be no difference in the answer. It is clear. So this way you can draw the free body diagram. What is the meaning of free body diagram? In short, we write it as FBD. Means we will make the body free from the other bodies. Then you show all the forces acting on that body. It's clear, including its direction of motion. And by using that, you can write the equation of motion. This is called the equation of motion of 40 gram. Similarly, this is called the equation of motion of 20 gram carriage. It's clear. So I hope that you have understood this. Now I am going to take one more question, question number 6. So what is the fact? What is the concept of this question? Here, this is the motion of such a connected bodies that all bodies are moving same distance in a given time. And when all the bodies connected in the system are moving same distance in a given time, then what will be? They will have same velocity, they will have same acceleration. It's clear. This concept we are applying. Now you see the question number 6. Question number 6, you can see here. Here in the given figure, 3 blocks are connected by strings. This is one string which is connecting M and 3M. This is the other string which is connecting 3M and 5M. And this is the third string by which this whole system is being pulled by applying the force F. Here it is given that tension P equals to 16 Newton. Tension always acts in both the directions. We show the tension like this. It's clear. In diagram it is shown this way in one direction, but actually it is like this. It's clear. Means here 3M is pulling to M by applying the force P in this direction, while M is pulling to 3M by applying the force in this direction. It's clear. So similarly here also the same thing will be. On 3M tension is acting in this direction, on 3M P is acting in this direction. But if you see on M, so P is acting towards right. It's clear. On 5M Q is acting towards left, while on 3M Q is acting towards right. So this you have to remember. Now you can see here question number 6. We have to determine the acceleration of the blocks. So you can see here, this is very clear from the diagram. when you will when you will apply a force here, all the blocks will move simultaneously, will travel same distance in a given time. Therefore, they will have same acceleration. Let the acceleration is a in this direction. It's clear? So acceleration of the system will be same. Here P is given 16 Newton. So this P is acting on the combination of 3m and 5m. It's clear? This P, which is of 16 Newton, it is acting on the combined system of these two blocks, 3m and 5m. So what is the total mass? 8m. 3m plus 5m, 8m. Force acting is 16 Newton. So what will be acceleration? Acceleration equals to force upon mass, that is 16 upon 8m. So it is 2 upon m meter per second square. Now in order to determine F and Q, we will write the free body diagram. We will make the free body diagram of, here I am making the free body diagram of 5m. So see here, what will be the free body diagram of 5m? This is the 5m block. Only one force is acting on 5m block, that is the Q, acting in left direction. It's clear? So what will be equation of motion? Force acting equals to its mass multiplied by its acceleration. What is the acceleration? Already we have found acceleration is A, 2 upon m. So Q equals to 5m into A, that is 5m divided into 2 upon m. M and m cancel, that is Q equals to 10 Newton. Q equals to 10 Newton. Now see here, if we draw the free body diagram of 3m here, you can see here, in order to determine Q, we are drawing the free body diagram of 3m. So you can see here, this is the 3m block. How many forces are acting? So Q is acting in this direction and P is acting in this direction. Here it is given P equals to 16 Newton. It's clear? And this 3m block is moving in this direction. So what will be the equation of motion? Which force will be bigger? This will be bigger. So net force will be 16 minus Q equals to its mass into its acceleration. 3m into A. That is 3m, and A is given how much? 2 upon m. M and m cancel, that is equals to 6. It is clear? So 16 minus Q equals to 6. So what will be Q? It will be 10 Newton. Q equals to 10 Newton. Same answer you will get. It is clear? Now see here, in order to determine here, in order to determine force F, we will draw the free body diagram of mass m. So you can see here, mass m is this, force F is acting in this direction, force P is acting in this direction. It is clear? Force P is of 16 Newton and it is moving in what direction? In this direction. Therefore F will be bigger. So what will be the net force acting on mass m? F minus P equals to its mass multiplied by its acceleration. F minus P equals to m into A. A is given 2 upon m, so m and m cancel, that is 2. So F equals to 18 Newton. So this way we can find the F. Now see the next question, question number 7 here. Question number 7, you can see, determine in the given diagram the acceleration A of the system. Acceleration A of the system we have to determine. This is the system of 3 blocks in which 2 are hanging and 1 is placed on the frictionless table, and the tension T1 and T2 in the string. Now see here, from this block to this block, this is one string, and since the string is same, therefore there will be same tension, uniform tension. It's clear? Similarly, from here to here, string is same, therefore tension will also remain same. It's clear? Here we have assumed that this string is having uniform mass. It is not that this much part is heavier and this part is lighter. But in order to determine, for determining A, we have ignored the mass of the strings. It's clear. Assume that the table and pulleys are frictionless and the strings are massless. You have to determine acceleration and tension. So see here we will write separately the free body diagram of each block. So first you can see here in which direction the system will move. So 2 kg is in this direction, 4 kg is in this direction, therefore it will move this way. It's clear? It will move this way. 2 kg will go up, 8 kg will go right and 4 kg will go down. It's clear? Acceleration will remain same because all the three bodies are connected in such a way that each will move simultaneously equal distances in a given time. So you can see here free body diagram of 2 kg block. How many forces are acting on 2 kg block? So one is its weight. Weight equals to m into g. So m is 2 into g, acceleration due to gravity, whose value is given this. Tension T1 upward, and it is going in what direction? A. These three things are required for writing the equation of motion. It is clear. Number 1, you disconnect the body from all other bodies, so all the forces acting on the bodies, and then so the direction of motion. So bigger force will be T1 because it is going in upward direction. So T1 minus 2g equals to 2 into A. Net force will be T1 minus 2g equals to its mass, which is 2 into acceleration A. So this is the equation of motion of 2 kg block. Now you can see here 8 kg block. On 8 kg block only two forces are acting, T1 in this direction and T2 in this direction. We have not taken its weight which is acting vertically downward and normal reaction which is acting vertically upward into account. Why? Because these forces do not have any effect in this motion which is in the horizontal direction. These forces are acting in vertical direction. Their component W cos 90 will be 0. Cos 90 is 0. Its component N cos 90 will be 0. So if motion is in horizontal direction, you remember this. If motion is in horizontal direction, then for writing equation of motion, we will ignore the forces which are acting in the vertical direction, provided there is no friction. Provided there is no friction. If there is friction, then we will show. It's clear. So that is the other case when we will discuss the friction. So here everything is frictionless. There is no friction between block and table. Now this 8 kg block is moving in this direction. So which force will be bigger? So T2 will be bigger and T1 will be smaller. Since they are acting in opposite direction, so net force will be T2 minus T1, which will be equals to its mass multiplied by its acceleration, that is 8 into A. Then you can see free body diagram of 4 kg. Here its weight is acting m into g vertically downward, T2 is acting vertically upward, and it will move in downward direction with acceleration A. So what will be the net force? 4g minus T2 equals to its mass into its acceleration. Now if you add equation 1, equation 2 and equation 3 side by side, on adding 1, 2 and 3 side by side. So you can see here these three equations have been added side by side. So this is the equation 1, T1 minus 2g equals to 2a, T2 minus T1 equals to 8a, this is this, and third is 4g minus T2 equals to 4a. When you will add them side by side, so what will happen? T1 and T1 cancel, T2 and T2 cancel. 4g minus 2g, it is 2g, and this is 8 plus 2 10, 10 plus 4 14a, 14a equals to 2g. So a equals to 2g upon 14, that is when you will substitute the value of g, it will come out 1.4 meter per second square. Now in order to find T1 and T2, we can substitute a value of a in the equation 1. So when you will substitute T1 minus 2g equals to 2a, so T1 minus 2 into 9.8 equals to 2 into 1.4. So this is T1 minus 19.6 equals to 2.8. So T1 equals to 22.4 Newton. It's clear. Similarly, from this equation, 4g minus T2 equals to 4a. So 4 into 9.8 minus T2 equals to this. So T2 equals to 33.6 Newton. So this way we can determine T1 and T2. So this is the question number 7. Now you can see question number 8. Here question number 8 you can see the figure shows a massless frictionless pulley hanging by a spring balance. Here is spring balance, here there, this is the massless and frictionless pulley which is hanging from spring balance, and spring balance is hanging from a rigid support. It's clear. So cart passing over the pulley carry 1 kg and 5 kg weights which move under the action of gravity. It is moving under the action of gravity. It's clear. Because here heavier block, this is lighter, therefore it will move in this direction and it will go upward. Will the spring balance read 6 kg weight or less than 6 kg weight or more than 6 kg weight during the motion of weights? You have to determine when this system is moving, when these two blocks are moving, then spring balance will record 6 kg weight or less than 6 kg weight or more than 6 kg weight. So see here, if these two blocks are not moving, then what is their total mass? 5 plus 1, 6 kg. So what will be the total weight? It will be 6 kg weight, which will be recorded by the spring balance if blocks are not moving. But here you can see that the blocks are moving. In the question it is given that blocks are moving. So now what will be the spring balance reading? So spring balance reading you can see here. Here there will be the tension T. Now this tension is acting, this tension T is acting on 5 kg and 1 kg in upward direction, while on the spring balance it is acting in downward direction. On spring balance it is acting in downward direction. Means this side is pulling to spring balance by T force in downward direction, and this also pulling the spring balance by T force in downward direction. So what is the reading of spring balance? T plus T, that is 2 into T. Now we will make the free body diagram of 5 kg block. So this is the 5 kg block. Here its weight is acting in downward 5 into G. Tension T is acting upward. It is moving in what direction? In downward direction. It means this force will be bigger. So what will be the net force? 5G minus T equals to, net force equals to, from Newton's second law of motion, F equals to, F net equals to M into A. So its mass is 5 into acceleration is A. That is 5G minus T equals to 5A. Similarly this one. So you can see here free body diagram of 1 kg, on 1 kg T is acting upward, M into G, that is 1 into G acting downward, and it is going up. Therefore T will be bigger. So what will be the net force? T minus 1G equals to 1 into A. That will be net force. When you will solve this by adding both the equations side by side, what will happen? 5G minus T equals to 5A, T minus 1G equals to 1A. When added side by side, T and minus T cancel. 5G minus 1G, 4G equals to 6A. Now this is 6a, so by this way you have determined the value of a. You can see here 4g equals to 6a, so a equals to 4g upon 6, that is 2g upon 3. Now by using any one equation, I have used this equation in order to determine t, because reading of spring balance is 2 into t. So you can see here 5g minus t equals to 5 into a. A you have determined this, so 5 into 2g upon 3, that is 10g upon 3. So this you will bring in left hand side and t in right hand side. When you will simplify, t will come out 5g upon 3. Now what is the reading of spring balance? It is 2 into t, that is 2 into 5g upon 3, that is 10g upon 3. And when you remove the g, answer will come in kilogram weight. And when you will place the value of g, answer will come in Newton. But as we know that weight is always expressed in kilogram weight. It is clear? So it will be 10 upon 3, remove the g, 10 upon 3 kilogram weight, that is 3 whole 1 upon 3 kilogram weight. Means it is less than 6 kg weight. It will be less than 6 kg weight. So I think that you have understood this question. Now see the question number 9. Question number 9, you can see here. 2 blocks of masses 10 gram and 30 gram are fastened to the ends of a cord which passes over a frictionless pulley. It's clear. The 10 gram block rests on the table. It is resting on the table. This is the table. It's clear. This one is table. Resting on the table. What minimum force must be applied on the 10 gram block to keep it on the table? Now see here. If you don't apply any force on 10 gram block, what will happen? Here it is 10 gram, here it is 30 gram. It will go down and it will go up. In order to keep it on the table, you have to apply some force in downward direction. So in order to just keep it on the table, let the minimum force applied is F. It's clear? Now when this is on the table, then it will also be static. Static means there will be no acceleration. There will be no acceleration. Acceleration will be 0. And in that case, what will happen? On both the blocks, forces acting on the either side will be same. Means the total force acting on 10 gram block in downward will be equal to total force acting on 10 gram block in upward direction. Similarly in 30 gram. So see here, first you see 10 gram block. How many forces are acting? One is its weight, which is m into g. So since it is in gram, so 10 upon 1000, it is in kg, multiplied by the value of g. F force is also acting downward and T is acting upward. In equilibrium, what will be? T will be equal to F plus this. T equals to F plus this. 0 and 0 cancel. When you will cancel, so it will be T equals to F plus G upon 100. Similarly, 30 gram block. On 30 gram block, its weight is acting downward, m into g. M is 30 upon 1000 into g. And T is acting upward. Since it is also at rest, therefore T will be equal to this. When 0 and 0 cancel, what will be? 3g upon 100. It's clear? Now see here, you simplify this. Here, this is the continued portion. On simplifying here, what will you do? You will place this value of t here. Value of t which you have obtained from equation 2, you place in equation 1. So when you will place it in equation 1, so it will be 3g upon 100 equals to f plus g upon 100. So what will be f? 3g upon 100 minus g upon 100, that is 2g upon 100, place the value of G, it will come out 0.196 Newton. Means in order to keep the 10 gram block on the table, minimum force required is 0.196 Newton. Now there is one more part. If you remove this force, then what will be the acceleration of the system and what will be the value of T? No, there is one more part here. Under this condition, you have to determine T. When it is in equilibrium, then what will be the tension? So tension will be equal to 3G upon 100. You place the value of G here. So tension in card under this condition when the system is in equilibrium. So T equals to 3G upon 100. So 3 into 9.8 upon 100, that is 0.1294 Newton. Now you can see the second part of this. Here second part says that if F is removed, then what will be the tension of in the string and acceleration of the system. When F will be removed, it will go down and it will go up. So see here, what will be the tension? So when F will be removed, so what will be the net force acting on the system? 0.196 Newton. It's clear? Suppose some forces are acting on the system and that system is in equilibrium. Now if you remove one force of 2 Newton from that system, so what will be the unbalanced force which is acting? It will be 2 Newton. It's clear? Because when 2 Newton was acting, it was in equilibrium. On removing, equilibrium has lost, so net force will be 0.196 Newton. Now what is the total mass of the system? Because here both are moving simultaneously, equal distances in equal time, so total mass will be, we can treat a single block of 40 gram. In order to determine acceleration, we can treat whole system as a single block of 40 gram, that is 0.04 kg. So acceleration equals to force upon mass, force is 0.196 divided by this, so it will come out 4.9 meter per second square. Now what will be the free body diagram of 30 gram block here? So you can see here, this 30 gram block, force is acting in downward direction, 30 G upon 1000 force is acting in downward direction. Tension T is acting upward and it is moving in what direction? Downward. It is moving in downward. So which force will be bigger? Which force will be bigger? If we see which force will be bigger, 30 G upon 1000 will be bigger. T will be smaller. So 30 G upon 1000 minus T equals to its mass, 30 upon 1000 into acceleration. So when you will substitute the value of G and A, value of A is this, we can find the value of T 0.147 Newton. 0.147 Newton. This way you can find the tension. Now see here, if we draw the free body diagram of 10 gram block here, instead of 30 gram, if you draw the free body diagram of 10 gram, so you can see here, when force F is removed, then what will be the free body diagram of 10 gram block? So you can see how many forces are acting on 10 gram block. One is its weight, 10 upon 1000 into G. Other is tension T and it is going upward with acceleration A, which you have calculated 4.9 meter per second square. So which force will be bigger? T will be bigger. So net force will be T minus 10 G upon 1000 equals to its mass into its acceleration. Mass is 10 upon 1000. Acceleration is 4.9. So it will be T minus, this is cancelled, 9.8 upon 100 equals to, this is cancelled, 4.9 upon 100. So it will be T minus 0.098 equal to 0.049. So when you will simplify, plus 0.049, This is 147, 0.147 Newton. So we can find T by this way also. It's clear. So this is the question number 9. It's clear. Now you can see the question number 10. Question number 10, you can see two blocks are connected by a string. As shown in the figure, the upper block is hung by another string F, in which force F is applied. What will be the tension in the upper string due to the two blocks suspended in the rest position? When they are in the rest position, what will be the tension in the upper string? It will be equal to their weight. So we can treat this both the blocks as a single block. So what is the total mass? 6 kg. What will be weight? It will be 6 into g, m into g, that is 6 into 9.8, that is 58.8 Newton. It is clear. This will be tension. Now see here, after that you have to determine the what force F will have to be applied on upper string to produce an acceleration of 2 meter per second square in upward direction. In order to produce an acceleration of 2 meter per second square in upward direction, what force is applied? So we have treated this both the blocks set together. So what is the total mass? 6 kg. So draw the free body diagram. 6 kg is acting in downward direction. 6 m into g, 6 into g is acting downward. F is acting upward, and since it is going upward, therefore F will be bigger. So F minus 6g equals to its mass into its acceleration, that is 6 into E. Now you substitute the value. F minus 6 into 9.8 equals to 6 into 2. E equals to 2. So F will come out this. After this you have to determine the tension in this string which is fastening to both the blocks. This. So see here. Here we have drawn the free body diagram of 4 kg. You can see here, when you will draw the free body diagram of 4 kg, you can see T is acting upward, 4g is acting downward, and it is going upward. So what will be the bigger force? Bigger force will be T minus 4g equals to 4 into A. Net force will be T minus 4g equals to its mass into its acceleration, that is this. Now substitute the value of g and value of A, which is 2 meter per second square. So it will come out this. If we determine T by drawing the free body diagram of 2 kg blocks, so you can see here 2g is acting, T is acting downward, it's clear, and F is acting upward. F already you have determined, it's clear. And one more force is acting here, that is the weight. Its weight is also acting in downward direction. Weight is also acting in the downward direction, and it is going with what force in upward direction? With A. So what will be the equation of motion? Since it is going upward, therefore this will be bigger than this and this. So F minus T plus 2g equals to its mass is 2 into acceleration A. So you simplify. F is 70.8 minus T minus 2 into 9.8 equals to 2 into 2. It's clear. So simplify this. So T equals to 70.8 minus 19.6. It's clear. Minus here minus 4. So it will be equal to how much? That here 2 kg. Yes. So 17, we can see here 70.8 minus 19.6 minus 4. It is 47.2. It's clear. You can check once again here 70.8 minus 19.6. It comes out 51.2, yes, minus 4. So it is 47.2 Newton. Means we have determined, you can see once again, F force is acting upward, on 2 kg how many are acting downward? T is acting downward, and 2g, its weight is also acting downward, and it is going upward. Therefore F will be bigger than the total of T and 2g. So this way you can determine. Now I will do one more question, which is the question number 4, and it is based on the Newton's third law of motion. To every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Its second part, Newton's third law of motion is using. Here on a smooth block are placed 2 blocks in contact. Here these 2 blocks are in contact. A horizontal force of 5 Newton is applied on the 20 kg block as shown. State by what force this block presses to the 10 kg block. In the first part you have to find by which force 20 is pressing to 10 kg. How much force is being exerted by 20 on 10. So first you determine the acceleration. So acceleration will be force upon the total mass of the system, that is 5 upon 30, so 1 upon 6 meter per second square. So what is the force acting on 10 kg block? Its mass multiplied by its acceleration. What is its mass? Its mass is 10. Acceleration is 1 upon 6, because both will move with the same acceleration. So it is 10 upon 6 Newton, and in what direction? It will act in right direction. It will exert the force on this in this direction. It's clear? Now if you apply the same force from here, then what will be? Then what will be the force which 20 exerts on 10? That you have to determine. How much force is being exerted by 20 on 10, means this force you have to determine. It's clear? So see here we will determine the force which 10 exerts on 20. 10 exerts on 20. It's clear? Because both forces will be equal. The force which 20 exerts on 10 will be same as the force which 10 exerts on 20. It's clear? So acceleration of the system will remain same. 5 upon 20 plus 10, that is 1 upon 6 meter per second square, but now the direction will be this. Now how much force is exerted by 10 on 20? So its mass into its acceleration. Its mass is 20 into its acceleration is 1 upon 6, that is 20 upon 6 Newton. This force is acting in what direction? In left direction. But you have to determine this one. So from Newton's law of action and reaction, force which 20 exerts on 10, force applied by 20 kg block on 10 kg block will be equal to force applied by 10 kg block on 20 kg, which is shown by dotted line. Here by red pen. Here it is by red pen. So this force is 20 into 1 upon 6, that is 20 upon 6 Newton, and for 10 kg block its direction is towards right. Towards right. So now in this way I have done some questions on the Newton's laws of motion. The remaining questions I will do in the other lecture. Thank you.